Welcome everyone back to the Toku Vault. We're talking about Hayden's pick. He always picks the niche shit that nobody cares about, but
Oh,
yeah, we're here to.
it's a Toku channel, John.
I certainly didn't pick a '90s show that I'm like the only one that remembers last
Oh
time.
yeah,
Um,
absolutely not.
yeah, but we're here to talk about Garo. This one is just called Garo. There's no subtitle, right?
Yeah, sometimes it's called Golden Knight Garo as like,
Mhm.
but yeah, Garo.
So,
They
oh sorry.
there is like sort of a subtitle. I think like there's a release of this that's like Curse of the Demon Knight or something, but I don't. It's just Garo.
hmm Um, So, since this was your pick, tell us a little bit about your background with this and what made you pick it.
So I have only seen a little bit of Garo. I've seen half of this show, which is embarrassing because it's only 25 episodes, but I've only seen the first half. And then I've watched the Garo show versus Road. That's a standalone that I was telling you about earlier. The one where there's only Garo in one episode. Um, Garo is a darker Toku franchise. Which is a concept I like a lot. I just haven't had too much exposure to it. I can't tell you how I learned. I'm not sure how I learned about this show, but I've known about it for a decade or more. When I was first getting into Tokyo, people constantly talked about this show, about how it's like the best thing. So I gave it a shot and I liked it, and then I just never went back to it. Um, but I've been wanting to revisit it anyway, and since we're doing this, I decided I'll make John watch the first three. Uh, and spoiler alert, I'm glad I did because I like this quite a bit.
Yeah, if I had to describe this, and I kind of talked about this with you on Discord, um, this looks like a lot of what I would think a Clive Barker tokusatsu would look like.
Yeah, a little bit.
Um, which is cool because I'm a big Clive Barker fan. Um, Obviously the effects are dated to say the word. And I will say, I don't think they're dated because they're from '05. I would argue these were dated even in '05.
Probably, but you gotta remember, Toku effects are always kind of dated.
And,
Um,
and that's not a criticism, by the way. I'm a Doctor Who fan. Like, this is on par with what Doctor Who looks like in that same year.
a lot of it is that like Japanese TV shows have no budget,
Yeah.
and that's just been a thing for all of time.
I know I keep
Uh,
threatening you with this, but just wait till I make you watch the pilot of Doctor Who.
oh no.
Because that show is also famous for having no budget.
Yeah. And the budgets of Toku have actually gone down uh,
Oof.
because they weren't selling that well, especially Sentai. But we've talked about that before.
Well, and it's interesting too because I've been watching Shinkenger in my own time. I think that show looks quite good. Uh,
Yeah, it looks really good. Um, and a lot of the CGI effects in Toku never look good, and that's just how it is. Unless you have like a big budget movie or something like Godzilla, but even then, sometimes no.
yeah,
Like Shin Godzilla looks terrible for the last half hour.
I don't even remember that. So this kind of starts with a like man in read it in like it looks like an art gallery or a museum of some kind.
Yeah, it's an art gallery.
And this is where we kind of said like, no, this is an adult show. He just picks up a naked woman's painting, and then it comes to life, and it looks like it was like incorrectly chromed or something. Uh, it's kind of peak, but then these black tendrils like go into him and I guess possess him.
Yeah.
And this is our first look at this show's monsters, which are horrors, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah. I I like the horrors a lot. They're cool designs, and they're varied, as we saw with the third episode that we watched. Uh, I don't have his name right off. I'll look it up. These the monsters were designed by a creature designer who's done a lot of work in Toku. Um, he worked on a couple of writer shows. What's his name? Uh,
The names, Hayden, what do they mean?
Yasushi Nirasawa. He worked on a lot of Kamen Rider monster designs, and I think they look really cool. The show is created by Keita Amamiya, who worked on some Rider in the '90s.
Okay.
So he's like a veteran of the genre, and he wanted to do something that was darker. Uh, so he came up with this, and this spawned a whole franchise. There's like 100 Garo shows.
Yeah.
There's like two completely different timelines. There's a lot, but this I think is pretty standalone. Like first season.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, were you able to follow it well, like the beginning of a larger world?
I got the basics. Some I think maybe some of the world building was lost on me. Um, but like I got enough to where I would keep watching this. I like the tone, and maybe this is where I got a little lost. Is this is a toku? I think at least, and before people come in the comments yelling at me, this is all based on 3 episodes. I didn't get a great sense of who our main character is, other than he has a duty to fight these things.
No, and he's not in these 3 episodes. He's not very well drawn, but I think that's sort of the point because we have an eyes in character.
Yeah.
Uh, and I caught on this viewing of these. I didn't really catch this the first time I watched this. He's not very familiar with humans at all.
Okay, I didn't catch that.
Or like I mean, he is a human, but like the normal human world, he seems to not know anything.
Yeah.
Uh, because the when he gives the girl that ring that tracks her, so he knows where she is, and he's like, "You need to stay here." She thinks he's trying to get her to marry him, and he's like, "I don't know what that means."
Also, we should mention, uh, our eyes in character has had dreams about him in the night form. So I'm guessing they're gonna be linked somehow.
Yeah, I don't exactly remember how, but there is some stuff with I'm guessing. Well, what I got from that flashback is that the Garo that she saw or in the dream was probably his father.
Probably because I feel like this is a setup I've seen a lot. You know, you have the eyes in character and they're saved by the hero who has some kind of connection to him. And I feel like the most logical one is just his dad saved her at some point. Because I don't think we mentioned the dad.
No, we
Uh,
didn't. We don't get a lot about that, but Garo, and I guess I'll spoil it for you. Garo is like a legacy title
yeah.
that gets passed down. I figured you got that, but
No, I kind of got that, especially because, like I said, I looked into it and, they count, oh, there's multiple Garos. The suit is fucking incredible. I don't know how he moves in that thing. Not in universe, out of universe. I feel bad for whoever's in that suit.
no, that suit is awesome. Um, Although when it has to move a lot, it's CGI, and that's
Oh, that makes
questionable
sense.
CGI.
Yeah.
Um, the thing I'm thinking of is in the first episode when he starts flipping around a lot,
Yeah.
and it's completely. I forgot how bright the suit is. Like it reflects light a lot.
It's
Which is
almost
I
like
think
it's
is cool.
gold.
Well, it is gold.
That was the joke.
I know. I'm just dumb. Uh, no, I like the suit a lot. It's almost too gold. I don't know if I'm gonna like hammer down on that as a criticism, but I've always kind of had that with the main Garo suit, is it's kind of all one color.
Honestly, I don't mind that.
It doesn't really bother me.
Because it's
I
not.
also
Because I think what's interesting too, unlike say Kamen Rider or Shin or Sentai, it's not spandex or whatever you would want to call like a rider outfit. This is like
yeah
old style knight armor,
yeah
which I
you're
find
in a Nog
fascinating.
crossover.
Yes, nobody but you and I will know what that is, but yes.
Oh no. Yeah, I like these costumes a lot. And then later, well, costume, but later you find out that there's multiple. They're called Makai Knights. Um, there's a silver one named Zero. There's a black one that I think is named Jinga, I believe. And there's a couple. There's more in movies. There's a white one. The white armor's name is Dan.
We should also mention just real quick because you said yeah that this guy worked on Kamen Rider. He also did character design and monster designs for Jetman.
Oh, that tracks. That's my. I've sent you my favorite Jetman monster, the
Yeah,
ramen noodle man.
yeah.
It's beautiful. If anyone in the comments has been around for Jetman, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, look it up because it's amazing. Um, we should do that at some point.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, this first episode, it's a really good pilot. You know, it sets up your eyes in character, it introduces the threat, and you're met with your first Toku hero, um, Kuga. Is that how you say
Koga.
it? Koga. Um, and then I thought was interesting. She gets blood splashed on her at the end, and he's like, "Oh, I have to kill you now," but then he doesn't.
Yeah,
Um,
I, I think that's an interesting development. And then we learn later that in 100 days she's gonna die anyway.
oh, I missed that.
That's in the third episode.
Okay.
He's talking to those I- whatever's going on in there. Those three like spirits or gurus or whatever the hell he's talking to, and
Mhm.
one of them's like, in 100 days, you know what's going to happen, and then they don't really go into detail, but
So,
that's
but
what I
is it that
assume.
she's? I would say I would think maybe it's like more infection. Like in 100 days, she's
Maybe.
going to become one of them. Um,
Well, yeah, maybe.
some of the deaths in this are insane. Like that woman that turns into like CGI ribbons.
Yeah, my favorite is the watch where the people turn into sand and just blow up.
Yeah, that was horrifying. But I love some body
Yeah,
horror.
yeah, I do too.
So if it manages to continue on with that, I will definitely keep watching.
Yeah, I believe that the tone stays pretty consistent. I don't think there are I don't. I think Garo as a franchise stays pretty consistent tonally, quality wise. I've heard it's a little all over the place, but tonally, I think it's pretty standard, like horror, uh, horror type,
Yeah,
which is good because I think that's what it needs to be.
yeah,
Um,
that kind of gives it a unique identity. Because I think I could explain this show to someone that's never seen a Toku show with having minimal exposure to it. But like right now, if somebody asked me to explain the difference between Sentai and Kamen Rider, I'd go, one of them's Beetle themed most of the time. The other's changes its theme a lot. I don't know.
I mean, I'm not gonna fight you on that, but technically, it's a grasshopper. But
Whatever. Like when I'm watching it, I can tell the difference, but I don't know if I could put it into words to explain to someone.
yeah, it's a lot easier with like older Rider and Sentai. In recent years, they've kind of merged identities to where tonally they're pretty consistent. In the early 2000s, like Rider's a lot more of a horror thing, horror bent to it than Sentai is. Um, like Toku has like an age range, so Sentai's for kids, I'd say Rider's for like early teens, and then this is adults.
Yes.
Which I like. I like that there's a show like this for adults.
Yeah.
And we get a lot of that now in the like over here, like superhero shows for adults and things like that. But in Japan, um, that doesn't happen a ton.
Mm-hmm.
Or like, I guess it does, but like Toku for adults is not super common. And I think that's cool.
Yeah. So the next episode, I like that there's dreams involved. Dreams are just such a cool concept for horror-ish things. Karu attempts to make money as a melon bread sales girl.
Yeah,
That felt very Japanese.
melon bread. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds disgusting.
The second episode was probably my least favorite of the three. Like, it's not bad, but it's just kind of it gets you into the like what the weekly episodes are going to be like.
Yeah, I that's the one I'm having trouble remembering because I remember the first one because it was like, oh, I hadn't seen anything like this in my still limited tokusatsu, and then three, I don't remember all of I didn't retain all of it on a first watch, but you know I remember the watch and I remember the sand and stuff like that. This one it just felt like, well, we need an episode, you know, and we kind of have a reoccurring money theme going on.
Yeah.
But it didn't. I don't know. It was just a solid episode of Tokusatsu.
Yeah, it's the weakest of the three, I think, but I do like how you slowly get she gets more introduced into his life, and spoilers, I guess she ends up living in that mansion by episode 5 or 6, I think.
Oh, okay.
And then that's kind of that's your cast, which when you think about it too hard is kind of creepy, but because they do basically kidnap this woman.
That's fine.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I mean, that's bad, John.
Oh, but she's in danger.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
The
Yeah,
ends justify the means, Hayden. Come on.
Oh, okay. Trying to words. The what do you think about the like monster fights in this? Do you think they're too quick?
They're a little bit.
I should mention that when he transforms, there's a 90-second time limit.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize about the time limit.
There's a clock in the back, or like when he first transforms, there's a clock that starts at 90 seconds, and
I don't love that, but I mean for what's here, it's fine. I wish they were maybe more spread out because it feels like the formula is character drama, monster shows up, monster does things, and then he shows up, tries to fight it, and then morphs for the last like bit of the episode, and then turns back, and we resolve the ending.
Yeah, that is pretty. So far it is pretty formulaic. I don't know if that does keep going. I don't know how long it keeps going.
Mm-hmm.
I know the show does have like plot stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, I haven't finished it all the way as of now, so I need to do that. Like I said to you privately, this is a franchise that I'd love to get more into. It's just I haven't yet.
Well, what are you waiting for?
I don't know, something amazing, I guess.
Oh.
Oh.
But I like that we have by episode 2 we do have her questioning like why this guy keeps saving her.
Mm-hmm.
And
I don't think she learns that she's bloodstained by the end of it.
No, because I don't think he tells her in episode 1.
No, no, he does.
Oh, okay.
'Cause he points the sword at her and says, "I have to kill you now," and then doesn't.
Yeah. The American in me is like, oh, this is leading to like a he's gonna like fall in love with her or something because that's what we would do.
Mhm.
I don't know if that's where this show goes though. I don't know how much Japan really does that.
I know, but I'm not gonna tell you.
Okay. Um, and then I like that we're because something that tends to check me out of some seasons. I'm gonna use Power Rangers as an example. Is I don't like when Power Rangers goes overly fantastical. Like if I look at my favorite seasons, it's RPM, Dino Thunder, which is more science based.
Yeah.
I don't mind, but what I like about this is a demon story, like a fantasy story,
Hmm.
but they've twisted it into like a horror angle, so it hooks someone like me that doesn't normally like fantasy, which is why like Wild Force, not a big fan of, couldn't give a shit less about the orcs. Um,
Yeah. You don't want to fight living pollution?
no,
No.
no,
Uh Mystic Force is fun.
I do want to watch Mystic Force, but
It's
I like Harry Potter, and that
yeah.
same kind of
Um
thing.
I'll go on a tangent about that when we're done recording. But
Oh
the
no.
oh no. Um no, but I'll real quick. The Sentai Magi Ranger is basically like entirely ripping off Harry Potter at its peak.
Excellent.
They have like a sidekick in their house that is literally the plant thing from Harry Potter. The mandrake roots.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's one of those. That's all
Oh,
it is.
awesome.
He's like in a plant. He's annoying as hell.
Beautiful.
Um, because what Magi Ranger is very like, and this is gonna sound dumb. It's like Magi Ranger is like magical, and Mystic Force is like mystical, where it's more like Lord of the Rings in my
Oh,
view than
maybe I'll watch Magic Ranger instead.
maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
I mean, I need
Do
to
you have
watch both
anything
of those
else you want
shows.
to say about the first two episodes?
Yeah, sorry, I've been yapping.
No, you're good.
We're good at that. No, I the first episode I think, like you said, is really good at drawing you in and showing you what the show is going to be like.
Yeah.
Like I think it's a well done pilot.
No, it's a
Um,
fantastic pilot. One thing to compare this with Power Rangers, which I know is adapting a different kind of tokusatsu. But one thing I appreciate about Power Rangers is the good seasons will have a multi-part pilot to really
yeah,
let the concepts breathe. But this doesn't need that. I think this gets everything done in 20 minutes that you need.
yeah, I agree with that. While we're on the beginning part, what do you think about the intro? It's just instrumental, but
It was all right.
yeah,
It didn't really. It's not like like the X8 theme that's like gets stuck in my head, or Time Force theme, which is always stuck in my head.
yeah. No, the instrumental. Sometimes when Toku does instrumental themes, they're better. Some are better than others. It doesn't happen a lot. Uh, it's a little. I like that the opening narration's in English.
Mm-hmm.
Stilted English, but that's just Japanese TV.
Oh,
Um,
you know what this needs? That when he transforms, it needs an announcer like Kamen Rider.
oh
Garo.
no, Garo!
That's what this needs.
It's kind of like a roll its R's a lot.
Yeah.
Garo! No, that'd be insane. I like how simple the transformation is too for a show like this. It's not. This is not selling you a toy.
Yeah.
Um,
Which is
you just go up.
insane because this would make an awesome toy.
I mean, I would buy a figure of him, and I know they've made them, but uh, but like I should say this aired at midnight in Japan.
Mhm.
This is like a they call it midnight toku. Like who's up at midnight watching Garo?
I mean, if I lived in Japan, I probably would be.
Well, that's fair, but um, but I love how simple it is. Like he just draws a circle in the air with his sword, and then
Yeah.
he transforms. We need more stuff like that, and not a 9-step process like
Yeah.
X8.
See, I love the X-Aid one, and I like the Power Rangers ones slash Sentai, but I've had that with Sentai, some of the later Sentai that you showed me clips of. It's like, why is this so complicated? Uh,
Some of it's great, but
like they're
sometimes,
cool, but when you think about it practically, like they have to stand like the new Gozuja or whatever it's called.
yeah, the
Clap
clapping.
your hands. Like what?
What about? I mean, Shinkender's long too.
Not that long. They just have to draw their symbol.
Yeah,
And I mean, even then, I'm like, this is a little too long.
but it's cool.
Yeah. My favorite of just absurd ones is the Q Ranger, where they have to do that like 3 second dance and then
Oh,
shoot their yeah
Kyoryuger.
Q. Yeah, I'm not gonna pretend I can say that.
Kyoryuger. No, Q Ranger's the space one.
Oh, whatever. The one with the gun and the chicken, and he does the dance.
The gun and the chicken. Kyoryuger.
You know what I mean?
The one we turned into Dino Charge.
Yeah, that one.
All right, let's move on to episode 3.
Yeah. So this one is about a watch or watches, and I'm gonna be honest. This Toku to me, when I'm watching it alone, doesn't binge well. So my brain starts to wander. So this is the one where I started to check out a little bit, not because it's bad, but because it's the same formula 3 times in a row. But the thing that sticks out to me in this episode is that girl laughing, and then her legs turn into sand, and then she explodes. And I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, and you can see she's like crying for a second and then explodes.
Yeah. Give me more of that.
My favorite is the guy at the beginning who like jumps the railing and explodes.
Oh, yeah. No, that's a good one, too.
The evil watches is a cool idea, and I like that it digs into his skin in that first one,
Oh, yeah.
where that like tendrils come out and get into his
Reminded
wrist.
me of there's another thing I've watched with something like that where they put it on their wrist and it like digs into their skin, but now I can't think of what it is.
I I mean I know of one, but it's probably not what you're thinking of.
Yeah. It's not I don't think it's a toku either. It's just like they put something on and
Yeah.
it like
No.
attaches.
Transformers: Dark of the Moon.
Or maybe that is what it is. I don't know. I don't like that movie, but
There's a Decepticon watch that like digs into him.
yeah, that might be it.
Um, the
Oh,
big one I'm
no,
thinking
I'm
of.
stupid. Sorry. It's The Mummy Returns. That kid puts on that scorpion bracelet and it latches onto him and he can't take it off.
Oh, okay. Uh, the big one. I guess spoilers, but Videodrome has something like that,
Yeah.
where something digs into your hand that you're holding.
So Karu has another job, this time as a bicycle delivery rider.
I hope she has a different job every episode.
I really hope so. It reminded me a little of Time Force, where they just have that like generic job service.
Yeah, that's different than having a new job every week, though.
That's true. Hey, maybe that was Japan culture in '05. I don't know.
There's a not this year, but the year before Sentai, the Pink Ranger. Her joke was that she had a new job every week.
Oh,
They kept calling her the part timer.
that's amazing.
It's beautiful.
Um, the only thing, I don't know, maybe this is just me grouching. The problem I have with that in this show is it feels like her different jobs are a gag And this doesn't feel like a show that needs that.
No, I don't know that it's a gag. Like in this episode, I don't feel like it's a gag. Um, the last one maybe a little, but I
Yeah.
like a little bit of levity, and it's not that ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
No, it's
not
certainly
like a lot
not
of like
as insane as some of the Sentai things I've seen.
no, like a lot of like kids toku humor goes a little overboard sometimes for me.
Yes.
Um, even in the '90s, like Car Ranger.
Well, that's your favorite Sentai.
It's something. I love it, but
Um.
no, you have to say that for things I don't like. Car Ranger's peak.
Oh. Well, yeah. I mean, Zoo Ranger is your favorite Sentai.
Correct.
All right. So we're about 30 minutes in. I've talked about everything that I really found interesting, which was,
Mm-hmm.
the monsters and the way that they attack people and kind of relevate. Is there anything else that you really want to cover?
Is there anything that you like really stood out to you that you didn't like?
No, I didn't find anything bad except, and this isn't a complaint because we watched so little. I wish I was a little more with the protagonist
Mm-hmm.
instead of just he's generic badass man that has a nice set of armor. But that could change.
Yeah, I get that. I got a little bit from him. I didn't. Like I said earlier, he's a little like out of touch, which I like.
Mm-hmm.
The talking ring, I like him.
Oh, the talking ring is great.
I
I'm
forgot his
glad you
name,
mentioned that.
but
The funniest thing in all three episodes is when that ring is talking to her and she like bitch slaps it.
oh yeah, he's like, and the ring's like, ow.
Stop that! No, that might have been gotten the biggest laugh out of me across all three episodes.
No, yeah, it's good. Um, it's kind of gross when he makes that new ring and just kind of throws it up.
Yeah, that didn't. It was gross, but the ring is so like poorly rendered when it has to move that.
Yeah.
Eh.
No, I mean, it's not like gross, but like
Yeah,
just the concept of a ring vomiting a second ring.
that was your favorite part.
No, my favorite part was the people exploding into sand.
Oh.
Um, I should mention it. Like we talked about shoddy effects. Uh, the worst one's probably the ribbon, the girl turning into ribbons in the first one, the first episode.
That was probably the worst effect for me.
How did the people in the second episode die? Is it the chains? Am I thinking of that wrong?
Yes, that was the chain. Oh, yes, because that one also has a really wonky effect where the woman like unravels from the top down,
Yeah.
which is a cool idea, and that was the thing that made me go, "Oh, like he's looking at like Clive Barker stuff."
No, I think he is. I think this has some Hellraiser.
Yeah.
Not like I don't know. I'd categorize this as a dark fantasy before it's a horror, but it has horror elements for sure. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I think I've probably said all I need to say.
All right. So that is going to be it for this review of the first three episodes of Garo. The problem with these is that not a lot enough happens in the first three to really do an in-depth analysis. So this is just kind of our thoughts and feelings after watching the first three. So next time we're gonna be covering some Power Rangers. We're gonna do all 40 episodes of Turbo. No.
Classic.
I saw that look in your eye.
There's
Like,
actually there's actually 50, by the way.
what?
Yeah.
But we're gonna do the Psycho Ranger arc of In Space. Um, we're not promising a consistent upload schedule, just whenever we get together and have some time to talk. So look out for that, and if you liked this video, please consider hitting that like and subscribe. We'll see you guys on the next one.